One of the final touches that you can add to a document is to hyphenate it. This allows text to flow more smoothly from line to line, giving your document a more professional look. Here's how to achieve the hyphenation. Hyphenation is the process of adding hyphens to words at the beginning of lines so that the hyphenated part will fit at the end of the previous line. The hyphens are inserted between syllables in a word. Word can automatically hyphenate your document for you, or you can use the hyphenation tool to manually hyphenate your document. When I use the hyphenation tool, I go to the beginning of the document. It's not strictly necessary to do this, but it does save a bit of time when going through the hyphenation process. To start hyphenating, display the Layout tab of the ribbon, and then within the Page Setup group, you want to click on the Hyphenation tool. This displays several options that you can do right away in hyphenating your document. Now, you can explore any of these choices that you desire, but if you want to understand how hyphenation in Word actually works, I suggest going ahead and selecting Hyphenation Options in order to display the Hyphenation dialog box. There aren't many options within this dialog box. The only one that you can reasonably select is to go ahead and turn on or off hyphenation of capital letters within your document. At this point, you have two paths that you can follow. One path is to choose the Automatically Hyphenate Document option right up here, and then when you click on OK, then Word will go through and hyphenate your entire document for you without any further intervention on your part. This option is the fastest way to complete hyphenation, as it instructs Word to make all the hyphenation decisions automatically based on other settings in the dialog box. Once you become familiar and comfortable with hyphenation, you may want to select that option. But for our purposes right now, I'm going to leave this option turned off. Instead, I'm going to click on the Manual button to start the hyphenation process. Word then shows me the first possible hyphenation within the document. Notice that you can see it within the document itself, and you have the option within this dialog box to choose how that word is hyphenated. So for instance, if you think that it ought to be hyphenated at the second syllable, then you would click right there within the second syllable, and then you go ahead and click on Yes, and Word takes you to the next possible hyphenation within your document. Now, in case I don't want to hyphenate a particular word, like let's say we didn't want to hyphenate the word trouble here, then all I would have to do is click on No, and we still go to the next word to be hyphenated within the document. Every time you hyphenate a word using this process, what the program does is insert an optional hyphen at the point where you indicate. That way, if you go back and edit the document later, and it changes how the words flow within the paragraph, then that word that you hyphenated may or may not be hyphenated because it's got an optional hyphen within it. To complete hyphenation, we go through the entire document this way, saying either yes or no, or picking a different place within the word that the hyphenation should occur. Now notice in that one that I hyphenated just a moment ago, the word disappointment, my selection indicated that it should do it after the second syllable. However, it wasn't able to display that portion of the word on the previous line. But you can see that it's an optional hyphen that it is placed at this point. So in the final document, there won't be any hyphenation that affects the flow of the text between these two lines. Earlier I mentioned that hyphenation is typically the last step in wrapping up your document. This is because any additional editing that you may do in a document will affect hyphenation later. In other words, if you add or delete words, then you'll need to, once again, go through the hyphenation process in order to get the smooth look that you want within your document. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, you might consider signing up for the free Word Tips newsletter. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.